When I was 8 years old, my mom asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be an inventor.
At that time, my dreams were about creating flying cars, being interviewed by Oprah, and accepting awards.
The very next year, tragedy sort of struck my family. My brother was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. And I think that experience of seeing him diagnosed with cancer, go into remission, come out of remission, fight that, and then he passed away when he was 14, that whole experience really opened my eyes to the challenges that we face as a society. And so as I'm wading through the depression after his passing, I'm thinking, and I realized, like, my dream of creating things that are just, flying cars or just for fun, it didn't have the same spark for me.
When he was diagnosed, I think it became really apparent that life is really valuable. It's really important. It's really meaningful. And every moment that we have is something that should be cherished.
For me, creating things that didn't help other people felt meaningless. And so I set myself on this journey for the rest of my life.
When you hear the word design, you probably think of products or clothing, but what about designing our society?
An Oakland man is dedicating his life to such a task, taking on big issues like foster care and health care. And as you'll see in tonight's Bay Area Proud, getting the next generation on board as well.
I am the founder of a social impact design firm called Design. My firm is focused on addressing the biggest challenges facing humanity. For us, that means addressing the problems experienced by those who are often forgotten, neglected, or left to fend for themselves. We've kickstarted new approaches for addressing issues in the foster care system alongside nonprofits, worked with doctors, nurses, and physicians to reimagine how emergency departments could flow, and are currently working to redesign aspects of the criminal justice system with a local government here in California. Our focus is really about involving the people who have the experiences that matter most in the design process. So whoever has experienced a certain pain point, a certain difficulty, a certain challenge, their voice needs to be heard. They need to be a part of the design team. It's not designing for someone, it's designing with someone. A large number of the innovations we see that are put out there, a large number of them fail. And the reason a lot of them fail is because people don't do this work early on. They don't understand who they're designing for, and then they build something that costs millions of dollars. Maybe they convince investors that it's worth investing in, but when they deploy it and no one uses it, there's a shock there. If you're really using this process, there shouldn't be that much of a surprise. You should know people who are interested in using what you've been creating the whole time because they've been involved in the process.
He's teaching teenagers how to create products that make people's lives better. Sharon Chin has our Jefferson Award winner.
Living in Silicon Valley, I had the opportunity to be exposed to tons of young people in their teens and into their adult years who had a real ambition for affecting change in the world. They looked at these social challenges and thought, what can I do about those? But when they looked around, they didn't have a lot of examples of how they go from having an idea to really creating an impact on society.
Design the Future serves as a conduit between those with disabilities and high school students. So I'm trying to create a world where high school students, especially as they move forward through the rest of their lives, seek out ways of helping other people. A life where I'm helping other people be their best self is one that is ultimately meaningful to me.